Hey everyone, I know it's been a long time coming. I've been off trail for at least a couple months now. I want to do a final loadout of my AT through hike. This is gear I used at the end of my hike. I know I did a video prior to this of my loadout when I began the hike. So what I'll do is I'll go through this stuff. I'll tell you what isn't here. In other words, what I had at the beginning that I got rid of. I'll also tell you gear changes that I made during the hike, not counting stuff like shoes, obviously. But anyway, I'll go through my pack one thing at a time, and I'll take everything out as I'm doing it. The only thing I'm going to tell you about that's not in this pack right now is my liner, my actual pack liner. I did that for a reason. It's so crinkly, so noisy that the audio on the video comes across really, really bad. So for that reason, and that reason only, I left the liner out for this demonstration. And this is also how I come into camp and pack up. So first thing I do is I've got my Crocs, and I take my Crocs off the pack, and I will, especially on a hot summer day, if my feet are really hot and sore and swollen or just whatever, I like to get into my camp shoes as quickly as I can. So I will take the Crocs out first thing. I mean, that's it. I want to be as comfy as I can. I don't care if I set my tent up in Crocs. I do it every day anyways. And so I do carry Crocs. I do carry a cooler cloth. It's for women. It's for peeing. It's a pee rag. It's very handy. It saves on toilet paper. It's antimicrobial. You just take it, throw it in the washing machine. I just found it to be a really great thing for the trail. Really handy. That's why I keep it on the outside. Something should happen, I drop my pack, I grab my cool cloth, and I run. Anyways, what else have I got in here? So yeah, I do have a stove in here. I didn't always have a stove. I started without a stove. I added this later on. It's a Jetboil Minimo. It's overkill. It was total overkill. Thought I was going to cook with it. Turns out all I needed to do was boil water. Would I bring it again? No, I would bring my smaller kit. I would bring probably the Jetboil stove because it's very efficient. However, and there are arguments on both sides. That's another video. The Jetboil stoves are the most efficient. You can have the smallest canister and they'll last for weeks. So there's a weight savings there. So we'll get into that in another video. But for the AT, I carried the Jetboil Minimo. Everything past Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania and beyond is when I started carrying that. Before that, I cold soaked. And I had a Talenti jar. Controversial topic, ground sheet for a Dyneema tent. I use it, I brought it for many reasons. At the beginning when I was in the Smokies and it was really cold and I actually used some shelters, I would put this on the wood. I saw people actually getting holes and stuff. Their pad would catch on the wood or a sharp nail or something. This just helped protect my sleep pad that went on top of it. And then, of course, my quilt and stuff. So it was good for that. It was good for if I stopped for lunch and it was kind of muddy or something, you know, between my ass pad and this, like 3-4 people could sit on this and be comfortable sitting on the ground, even if the ground's wet or really dirty or whatever. So I do believe in these. Anyway, that's my ground sheet for my tent. My water bottle, my filter. This is a squeeze, but I started off with a Be-Free. I prefer the Be-Free filter. It's lighter. It's faster. Like it has better flow. It's easier to clean. You don't have to backwash it. There's so many pluses. Like I said earlier, my little ass pad, use this everywhere. I can't say enough about this thing. This is amazing. One thing that's missing out of here right now because it broke is my umbrella. I do carry an umbrella. I'm one of those people who do. I find it's good for privacy, if I have to go pee in the woods and I can't find coverage from trees or whatever, I can just lay it down and squat down beside it. I use it in the sun. I didn't carry trekking poles until the end of the hike. And so I used it for sun. I used it obviously for rain. The umbrella, for me personally, I'm not telling other people they should carry one, but I did. And I love it. Okay, what else we got here? This is my toilet paper and wet naps, etc. I do keep wet naps outside there as well. I keep 2. First aid kit. It's a bit bigger than I had originally started with. Rain gloves, toothpaste and a toothbrush. I love this little toothbrush. I got this actually on trail. It's just a little plastic thing. I know it's not the lightest. I know the one I had before, the bamboo one that was cut in half, was much lighter. But I really like the way this brushed my teeth. I really enjoyed it. And it lasted a long time. And I will continue to use it. I always just bring a little baby toothpaste. Sometimes, you know, you just want to save some weight. What else have I got down? I think, yeah, the other glove. And that's pretty much it for the front pocket. Over here I've got my trowel in case I need to dig a cat hole. These are my stakes. They're mini groundhogs. I have them in a little Dyneema bag that I carry, nice and tiny. Trowels out. Okay, so that's it. That's it on the outside. Down here, always on the right side, belt pocket, hip pocket. I will keep my headlamp, definitely. I use the night core. I need this in case of night hiking, etc. And I'd also put some snacks in here. Always in the other pocket, I would have Picaridin bug spray. I would have really good Live Strong sunblock, for sure. Gotta have that on trail. I did not use permethrin. I didn't spray my pack with permethrin. I didn't bring a bug net. I tried a bug net like a year ago. Wouldn't thank you for it. Just didn't like it. It just sticks to your face, and I don't know. Anyways, what else? I always carry hand sanitizer, and everybody makes fun of me, but I always keep a whole bunch of these ties, which were handy. We use them for a lot of things. We would attach our Crocs to our pack with them. I would keep them on hand in case the girls needed one to tie their hair back. Like, it was always good to have a few extras. A sweat rag / snot rag. I love this thing. It's a little pack towel. It just hangs there. It's handy. I can grab it when I want to wick away sweat, to clean my hands off if they get dirty, whatever. Take it off. I wash it. Beautiful. Beautiful. The pack I'm using, let's talk about the pack for a second. Oh boy, this is a funny one. Okay, I had to get my composure there for a second. I started off with the Z-Packs Arc Haul. I then switched to a Z-Packs Nero, 38-liter Nero. Then switched to a Z-Packs Arc Air, 50-liter. And that's what I would have used right to the end. But I did pull into Munson, Maine in Shaw's Hiker Hostel, and Poet gave me a really good deal on this ULA. It's a ULA circuit. It's a 68-liter. It's 95% that going with me on the PCT. Only one other thing could stop me, and that is the brand new 70-liter Ultra Z-Packs, which I'm still wrestling with getting. But anyways, this is the pack I ended up with. This is the pack I summited with. It's purple. That's all I'm going to say. It's purple. It's a great pack. Really good pack. Okay, so I open it up. It has side compressions, which I really enjoy. like I said, my liner, my pack liner is out on the floor because I didn't want you having to put up with it. Food's always on top. This is not the food bag I had on trail. I just put this here for demonstration. I actually used the Hilltop packs, but it got destroyed. Mice chewed through it, destroyed it. This was after I got off trail. I should have done this loadout prior to that. I use a Z-Packs rain jacket. Not my favorite. I wanted the one from Enlightened Equipment, the Visp. They weren't available at the time, so I used this, and you know, this actually worked quite well. I really enjoyed it. This was a good thing to have in your bag. I also use an Enlightened Equipment puffy. This is called the Apex Torrid. Love it. I just can't say enough about it. Even if it gets wet, it'll keep me warm. And it has a nice hood on it, really comfortable hood. Makes me look weird, the hood, but everything makes me look weird. My tent comes out next. And this is not the tent I started with. This one is the Z-Packs. The one I started with was the Altiplex. It was the one-person tent. I got about 800 miles into the hike, and I switched over to the duplex. I wanted more room. I didn't want to leave my pack outside the tent every night. For mice, for rain, just didn't want to do it. Just didn't want to carry around a sogging wet pack all day, every day. I would prefer to keep it in the tent with me. And I prefer to be able to just take the pack and push it in the tent, get in the tent, and then set up. On a rainy day when I couldn't get in the tent and be inside the tent and it's pouring down rain and I'm trying to get set up for camp, everything's getting wet. It was better for me with the duplex. So I switched to the duplex. I used it the rest of the way. Can't say enough about it. Love it. It's going on the PCT with me. My ditty bag, a Dyneema top closing ditty bag. I think I got most of the stuff in here that I had on trail, including my hair. I kept a hairbrush. One of my luxury items is a pump for my pad. It's not here right now. I don't know where it is. It's a Thermarest pump. I'll show you the pad later. I keep my, I don't know why I do this. I keep this separate from the electronics, are all my cards. I keep an organizer, and this here is waterproof. It's got rubber, so even if it gets wet, I know that this is safe. I have another one that I use. Not always, but this one's for the bigger cards, the bigger SD cards, which I won't be bringing this on the PCT, but I did bring it on the AT. What else? A little mirror, just to check for ticks and so on. A little field repair kit for my pad. Another luxury item is I take a baby little deodorant with me. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people will laugh at me, but I enjoy it. I have earplugs. I have the straps for my quilt in here, and this all goes in my a nice little goodie bag. Next up, my electronics bag. Again, it's Dyneema. It's again a top opening Dyneema, and I keep a 30-watt charger in there. I keep two 10,000s. I started off with a 20, but if you've been watching my videos, I went for a bit of a swim in a river one day and destroyed the 20. All I could get were two 10s. These are Nightcore. Love them to death. Absolutely insane. Then I have all the cabling I need for my phone, for my headlamp, you know, just to charge my devices up. My camera, I also use a little thing that plugs into my phone, and I can put a little micro SD card in it from my camera, and I can just plug it into my phone, and it just imports the videos and the photos that much quicker. This time around I'll use something different. I'll use something that has a little it's a dongle, and you can actually charge while you're transferring, and you can actually use SD cards and micro SD. But this was great. I used this on the AT. It was fantastic. And that's it. And oh, I put my microphone to my camera. My little microphone goes in here as well. My wireless mic. So that's my electronics bag. Moving along. Now, generally, I would be into the pack liner now, right? So I took it out for this. This is an Enlightened Equipment Revelation? Yeah, Revelation quilt, 20 degree. In hindsight, I should have brought a 10. If I had a 10, I wouldn't have needed a liner. And the reason is the difference in weight between the 20 and the 10 is less than the liner that I ended up using. So that would have saved me weight overall. With the liner, though, I had the luxury of being able to mix and match and use them as I wanted to. I also didn't carry a liner for most of the summer. I sent my liner back home and had to pick another one up later as it got colder again towards the end. But I love this thing. It got a little wrecked. When I first started using trekking poles, they were already in my pack, and they were sticking, the pointy ends were sticking out, and you can see here I had to borrow some tenacious tape, I think it was. I think it's tenacious tape. I don't know, you'd have to ask Roadrunner. I borrowed that from her. Anyways, then I have my Thermarest Neo Air X Lite women's size, the shorter one, the very light one. This is the, without going to an Uberlite, which I don't know why I didn't go to the Uberlite. I wanted to. Anyways, it doesn't matter. This was only 3 ounces heavier than the Uberlite anyways, so really good pad, served me well. My other one leaked. This isn't the same one I started with, but it's the same brand, same model. The first one had leaks. I don't know what happened. It just started slowly leaking, and it got worse and worse. I'd have to blow it up 3-4 times a night. Not fun. Not fun. I was talking about a liner. I use a Sea to Summit liner. This particular one is the same one I started with, and the one I sent home. The one I finished with was also a Sea to, no, it wasn't a Sea to Summit. Yes, it was a Sea to Summit, but it had clips along the side. Didn't like it. Won't be using it again. This one I really love. I love it. It's about 13 ounces though, which is very heavy, but it's very warm. It adds 25 degrees of warmth. Spare hiking socks. I use Darn Toughs. I use the ones that just come up to my ankles. I think they call it crew cut. I'm not sure. What else? Kind of a luxury item. For me, I call it a necessity, but it's a luxury item. It's a pillow, inflatable pillow. I got this one later. I actually blew up the first one. It was a Sea to Summit, and I was leaning on it, and all of a sudden it just exploded. So I picked this up for 10 bucks. It was a Trekology. Not bad. It's good. It was a good. It's a good pillow. I'll continue to use it for sure. Rain pants. They have a rip in them. They got caught on a picnic table. Got a big hole in them, but they're Z-Packs. Again, I went with the Z-Packs because I couldn't get the VISP. For the PCT, well, I won't actually. I'm just going to tape up the hole and use this. I'm learning. I'm learning to be frugal. Changing my ways. Shit. I took this out of, okay, this is an Echo Sun hoodie. I had this in the garbage, actually. I was ready to give it up because it got all chewed here on the inside of the arm from the Velcro on the pack. Most of the Z-Packs have Velcro along there, and every time you reach in, it was dragging on the inside of my arm. So this got wrecked. So I won't be using this next hike, but I will keep it just because of its sentimental value. It has holes all over it. It's had a It's had a good go. Anyway, love it, love it, love it. An essential piece of gear. Super light as can be. It whisks away moisture. It has a hoodie. It has a little hole in the back for your ponytail. It has little holes for your thumb, like thumb holes. I love this thing. I absolutely love it. Next is a 150 weight merino wool base layer. You've probably seen me wearing this in the videos. Again, it's kind of chewed up, but I'm still going to use it year after year. And I love this. It's light, it's airy, it's again, it whisks away moisture, it's warm. Perfect piece of kit, perfect piece of gear for any thru hiker. What else we got here? I got these late in the game. I started the hike with smart wool, merino wool bottoms, but they were too heavy. They were like 300 weight or 250 weight or something like that. They were heavy, they were hot. I sent them home. And I spent probably 1,200 miles without any kind of nighttime leggings. I finally picked these up with a pine cone attached to them. I finally picked these up towards the end. I love them. They're just a polyester, really nice. And what I did was a little trick I used was to, on cold nights, I got this tip from Roadrunner. Wear these and then put these on top. You wouldn't think these would keep you warm, and I didn't either until I tried it. I was told about it. I saw her doing it a lot, so I tried it, and lo and behold, it worked. It really did work. I keep wool gloves, very thin gloves, for nighttime if it's cold, or even during the day. I would put these on if it's really windy, and then I would take the rain gloves, the waterproof gloves, and put them on top. They're actually a mitten, and that's how I would hike sometimes. These are sleep socks. Again, they're darn Tufts, merino wool. They're a different color, so I know which are which, because I don't like to mix them up. And that's it. We're at the bottom. So anyways, that's my loadout. That's what I took on trail with me. The only things I should say that are not here are another bottle and a bottle holder. I lost it. I don't know what happened to it. I know it broke and I had to jimmy it up with carabiners and stuff like that. I will get another one because I do like to have the water bottle right here on my strap, and then my camera here. Yeah, so that's, and this pack is probably going with me on the PCT. It's a great pack. I don't know why I wouldn't use it. It has everything I need except for the tent on the outside. It's the only thing that really bothers me about this pack. Also, it sits right on my back, and it can get really, really sweaty and hot, and but that's it. So that's my loadout. That's what I used to hike the Appalachian Trail with this year in 2022. And in a few weeks, I'll be starting my preparations for the PCT in March, in another 2.5 months. Not even, actually. Ooh, like 9 weeks. I'm getting excited. And the loadout will change a little bit. I will change a couple items, but mostly the core stuff will stay the same. Because, you know, once you find something you like and it works, stick with it, keep with it. I'm going to wash the quilt and probably keep it. If I find by the time I get up a little north, once I get to elevation, like 10,000 feet, I'm almost thinking a 10 degree would be better with a liner so I can mix and match them. But we'll go over into that. That's another topic for another day. In fact, I'll probably edit this out. Thanks for coming along, and let's go get it.